So I would ask it.
The return of lead senator for the opposition People's United Party, Eamon Courtenay, presaged tougher questioning for former Director of Immigration Ruth Meighan at the latest installment of the Senate Special Select Committee on Immigration. The venerable senior counsel brought his tough-as-nails questioning style to a career public servant who showed significant reserve in her prior appearance. A favorite theme of his questioning today was her responsibility in the role and whether it was abdicated, in this case, approval of passports and nationality.
Could a passport be lawfully issued without your approval as Director of Immigration?
No.
Right. Could nationality be issued lawfully without your approval?
Nationalities are issued based on my recommendation.
So the answer to the question is what?
If I make a recommendation to the minister who approves,
Could it lawfully be issued without your recommendation?
I'm not sure.
Pertinent because last week you said that passports could be issued without your approval.
As the Director of Immigration, my approval was the signature on the system. That is it. That's my approval. I don't have any kind of involvement with application of passport from the time of application to the time of issue.
But later, Meighan agreed that her signature was for the purpose of approval, beyond personal interventions with regard to emergency passports, as she testified last week. But that also means, she admitted, that it was possible to put her signature, which was in the system, on a passport that did not meet the application requirements, which of course she never saw.
I am not certain, because my understanding from getting there and up to leaving is that with my signature on the system as the director, that is the director's approval. So the processing of the passport can be done without my knowledge, but with my signature on the passport, I believe that it was a genuine approved passport.
Courtenay also challenged Meighan over whether she was a rubber stamp for the approval of nationality certificates without further checks.
The recommendation would come to me from the officer in charge indicating that the person met the requirements for nationality from the officer in charge of the section.
And what would you consider when you made a recommendation to the minister to grant or not to grant?
The information that is required given to me by the officer in charge of the section.
Am I to understand that if, you said it was Mr. Wade?
Yes.
If Mr. Wade sent you an application from an applicant that satisfied a picture, a reference, a medical, whatever was required,
Yes.
and he says all of those tick, 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 tick,
Yes.
you wrote to the minister and say, I recommend granting nationality.
Yes.
So essentially you were a rubber stamp. That's a question.
I don't know.
You don't know.
Yeah.
Ms. Meighan, the Director of Immigration, had a right to say yes or no at that point. Would that be correct?
Yes.
Did you ever say no?
Whenever a file will come to me without all the requirements, it will be returned for further vetting.
And the converse is, as long as it had all the requirements, you said yes,
Yes.
for all of them.
Yes.
Right.
Whether any harm was caused to Belize from this apparent laxness is yet to come to light. From the National Assembly in Belmopan, Aaron Humes reporting for News 5.